Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. Putting this video out today to let you guys know that I am still around. I had taken myself away from my YouTube channel for a little while as I've been having a few problems with my own condition, with my own tinnitus. Most of you will know what I'm talking about if you've watched my last couple of videos. And a few of you have been kind enough to email me and ask me how I am and where I am at the moment with my own tinnitus, and about upcoming videos. Okay, so firstly, how am I? I'm 10 days in now, gabapentin free, from coming off, tapering away from this drug gabapentin. And it's been a rocky road. It's been a rocky road. My tinnitus has fluctuated a lot while coming off this drug. I'm 10 days in, being gabapentin free, 10 days in, and my tinnitus has fluctuated a lot. And it got to a level 6, bad. And last Monday just gone, it was bad enough for me to not go into work, and I went to see my doctor, and as soon as my doctor saw me and started speaking to me, he knew that something was up with me, and he said, yes, you're right to have weaned yourself away from gabapentin, don't return to it. Even though this is the doctor that prescribed it for me in the first place, he did say to me, no, you're right to come away from it. And I explained the symptoms that I'd been having, because at first I thought I wasn't suffering any side effects from taking it. I just wanted to come off of it. But I do think I have suffered some side effects now. My vision is not what it was, and I think this is due to the gabapentin. But anyway, so I've come away from gabapentin completely now. And my doctor signed me off of work for a month, and he agreed that I need to work on myself with my own methods to get me back to my natural balance of where I am at a level 1 to 2, where my tinnitus is there but it's comfortable. So that's what I've been doing this week. I've been working on myself with my Tai Chi. I've gone back to using the Andrew Parr meditations, and just generally doing things to relax myself. And today is the first day, I would say, where I'm comfortable enough to make this video for you guys out there, to let you know I'm still around, I haven't gone away, and I am getting better after coming away from this gabapentin. Also, to help me along the way a little bit, my doctor has prescribed me a form of medication, mirtazapine. This is just a form of antidepressant, and I think that is helping me, not because it's directly affecting the signals from my brain, but it's just making me feel more positive. And in feeling more positive and happier, this of course reduces stress. If you're in a happier frame of mind, your tinnitus will be better. So this is just to help me a little bit with that. But the gabapentin, I will not be returning to that again. So there you are, there you have it. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, a little bit of a Q&A, and this relates to some of what I've just spoken about. Q&A, I had a question from Pete, again from Pete, because I know Pete, you were asking me about gabapentin a little while ago, that your doctor was considering putting you on gabapentin. You wanted my opinion on it, and I think I did. I gave my opinion to you in one of my previous videos about this thing, about the benefit outweighing, the side effects, the balance. If the benefit is greater than the side effects, go with it. Reconsidering this, Pete, my advice to you now being completely honest, I try and be completely as honest as I can, is to contradict myself a little bit to you from my last answer to you, and I would say don't try it, don't go on it. Why am I telling you this? Because the way I've found that it's affected me, and from speaking to other people who have been on this drug for a number of months and years. I was only on it 3 months. It does work, that's the problem with it. When I was on the gabapentin, it does lower the intensity of the noise that you hear as your tinnitus. It works, that's the problem. But while it is working on you, in the background it's almost causing you brain damage at the same time, and this is the problem with it. And that's what I discovered from speaking to people that had been on it for a number of years. It does affect parts of your brain. While it's affecting the signals of your tinnitus and lowering the intensity, which is what we want, but it's also affecting parts of your brain that you don't want it to affect. You can't pinpoint it to affect only the parts you want it to. This is the problem with it, and that's what I found. Because I do think now that I have suffered from some side effects from taking this drug now that I've come off of it. Because my eyesight was absolutely perfect before going on gabapentin, and now it isn't. Now I'm having to wear reading glasses. And for that short period of time for my eyesight to deteriorate in that short period of time, I don't think it's anything to do with old age or anything like that. I think it's this drug. I think the drug has affected me in that way, and this is one of the side effects. So I would say, Pete, I mean, you must make your own decision for yourself, but I would say I would steer clear of gabapentin, because when you're on it, great, it's working, but it's also causing you problems in the background that you might not realise. And when you try and come off of it, like I have, you will find, I am sure, and I was only on it for 3 months, that my tinnitus got worse when I've come off of it. It got worse. It went up and down, level 5, 6, pretty awful, and this is why my doctors had to sign me off of work. When it's only today, through relaxing, using my natural methods, as I've spoken about before, that I've got it down today to about a level 3. Still not back where I want to be, a level 1 or 2, where I'm very, it's there, but I'm comfortable. It's about a level 3, so I'm not there. And it will probably fluctuate again, due to still weaning myself away from this drug. So my advice, Pete, is simply I would steer clear of it if at all possible. Just try and ride the spike out. I wouldn't go and use gabapentin, so that's my answer. The other Q&A question that I had was, where is that one? Oh yeah, I got an email from Samuel. I don't know what your YouTube name is. You've just sent me an email, Samuel. The TMJ joint, because I mentioned that I was having issues with my the right side of my face, and I had said that for me this was a new thing. I had not made the connection between the TMJ joint issue and tinnitus, which I know a lot of you guys do have, and Grace spoken a lot about this TMJ issue. But I had started to really feel a very tight tautness and pain in this right side of my face and this area here where the TMJ joint is. And I had said that I think this may now be a factor. Okay, but I don't think it was, because I've had a tooth taken out of this side of my jaw, and the pain has gone. The issue with the swelling and the aching and pain in this side has gone since having this tooth removed. So I think for me, I don't think the TMJ is an issue. It never had been before. My tinnitus has always been much more of a neurological thing to do with my mind and my brain, the way I'm feeling, my emotional state. That's how I got it. I didn't get it through loud noise. I got it through high levels of stress and being in prolonged periods of anger for too long, for too many years, and high levels of stress and anxiety, etc. So my tinnitus, I'm convinced, and my therapists have said the same thing, and I'm inclined to agree with them. Julian basically said the same thing to me, that it was caused by high levels of stress and emotional state. So that's why I don't think, for me, my TMJ joint is a factor. But I know it is for a lot of you other guys out there. However, having said that, I have got an appointment at the hospital for x-rays and to see a TMJ specialist. So I will keep that appointment because, you know, it's just another thing to eliminate as a factor. So I will keep that appointment and I will update you should they find anything, but I don't suppose they will. So yeah, I think it was a bad tooth. Another question was from, okay, this is from the Hound. Game of Thrones, love Game of Thrones. Been trying to get Gray to watch Game of Thrones, brilliant. Right, the Hound, one of my favourite characters, the Hound, love him. When are you going to show us your bike? when am I going to show you the bike? Right, the bike's not finished yet. Yeah, I haven't really had time to tinker with her very much. There's still things I want to change on her. Yeah, she's rideable, but she's not aesthetically how I want her to be just yet. There's a few more things I want to change. Headlight's got to go. I hate that damn headlight. It's an ugly looking fucking thing. So that's got to go. There's a few other things with it, but when she's finished, then I'll make a video of her and I'll put her on YouTube and I'll show her in all her glory. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Hound. Alright, that's all I have to say really in this video. I just wanted you guys to know that I am still here. I am starting to get better. Oh, one other thing. No, there was one other thing. On one of my videos, my negative people holding you back from recovery videos, there's been a post from a guy called Chris O'Neill, and Chris's post was very, very interesting, and his experience of tinnitus and his methods of recovering from it run parallel with my own. It's almost like I would have written the same thing as Chris has written, and he also speaks about, and this is something quite positive to end this video on actually. This is very positive. I have spoken about having had moments, hours, a day, and then 3 days of what I will call, and I do call, true peace and true silence, as though the tinnitus wasn't there, like I was pre-tinnitus. It was not noticeable within my conscious thought. My mind had removed it from my conscious thought. You've heard me talk about it when I went to Yarmouth. It was like I didn't have tinnitus. Whatever the reason, I think it's because I was so relaxed and away from stresses of everyday life, but whatever the reason, the important thing is that I didn't have tinnitus for 3 days. Now Chris has written to me, and he has had the same experience as this. He's had tinnitus longer than I have, but if you read his post, and I suggest you do because it is worth reading, and it is very, very positive. Chris has had the same experience as myself. He has had periods of time where his tinnitus was like it wasn't there. His mind had removed it from his conscious thought. Although it came back like it did with mine, it's parallel with my own experience. It's parallel with my own experience. It came back to him, and he made the mistake, like I have done myself, and I know a lot of us do. He made the mistake of then getting stressed about it and unfortunately his attention went to his tinnitus, and by focusing on his tinnitus, of course, it ramped it up. It got worse and worse until he finally got himself back into a calm state, relaxed again, calming the nervous system through just relaxing methods, and then the tinnitus again was removed from his conscious thought. So that's a really positive thing to hear, that someone else has had the same experience as myself. because when I say I had these 3 days of silence, of course I have had some negative feedback from this, from people saying it's not true, there's no cure for tinnitus, blah 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 blah. We've heard this all before. That's why I don't go on the negative forums. I know it's true because I experienced it, and I know what I experienced, and I experienced days of true peace, true silence, where the tinnitus was not there. And Chris has had the same experience as myself. So thank you very, very much, Chris, for sending that post to me. I've pinned it to the top of that video for people to read. So please, guys, read Chris's post to me. It runs parallel with what I've been saying pretty much right the way through. You can remove the tinnitus from your conscious thought. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you can do it. So that's a positive thing to end on. We can get better. I am now working on myself again to get better. I need to get myself better so I can help you guys get better again. And the next video that you'll see on my channel should be really interesting, because I've got gonna have a guest staying with me. You guys will probably know who that is, and it should be really great, and we should have some you know, we should have some Q&As with it, and we're going to go out for dinner, and it should be a good time and a good video for you guys to watch. So if you want to leave any questions that you want me or my guest to answer, please do. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you all very much for asking how I'm doing. As I say, I am off work now, so I do have time to work on myself. And I hope to see you guys soon in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.